Wake up Tommy from Florida.
Okay.
I hope you're not still getting rain in Florida. I saw a lot of people. I don't know why I saw clips of people in Disney World, and it was raining so hard.
Oh.
Yeah, hi from Texas.
Yeah.
Texas is on everybody's mind today.
Yeah.
And we said, we're here. Our job is to take your mind off of what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just awful. So our thoughts are with everybody. It's just not even just a national disaster, it's a world disaster,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so we just feel so bad. So we're here to cheer you up. And that's it. We hear that a lot, right?
Yeah.
People come in our store and they to get cheered up.
Yeah, they do.
They do. They look at the pretty fabrics. They want to gab. They always want to gab, right?
Yeah, they always want to gab.
Yeah.
They always want to they always get motivated.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
and they see all the new things and everything. So that's our job, is to take your mind off of everything else that's going on. And today we are going to show you our Gloria Horn exclusive quilt. We have never demoed this before.
No, we haven't. But we
always thought, it's so easy. You could do it. But we decided today. So this is the first one that we made.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it
was. This is it.
And it was, they called it trickster.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like in the beginning, I guess the girls up in the kit room, they thought every quilt should be called Trickster. We said, no, that was the name of this fabric.
Yeah.
The Halloween fabric was Trickster. But it's the Gloria Horn exclusive quilt, which we absolutely love.
Yeah.
It's so easy to make. And you know, we like making things quick, don't we?
Yeah, so
I know
you can
some
move on and make lots of things.
Lots of them.
Lots of
and we can
things.
move on and do our edge-to-edge quilting,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
So that's going to be the next lesson we give, is the edge-to-edge.
Okay.
Right? So maybe if we don't have anything going on, next Tuesday or someday, you just got to tune in every single day. Right? And because who knows what we're going to come up with. I think Leslie said we make her happy. We too make her happy. That's
you
good.
two make me happy.
all day I've been talking about, because Dom came in. You know, he's born and raised in Pittsburgh, and he said, which ones do you want me to take over? These ones? And I said, oh, Dom, that's Pittsburgh. And we don't realize it, right? Because we say these ones. And they, Kate just said, well, what do you say? What do you say? Well, you don't say these ones. Just say
these.
Take these over. We say, take these ones over.
Yeah. What do you say?
Where else do they say these ones? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So first thing, the issue, right? The issue is we want to make sure that we have enough backing fabric to go around and do the wraparound binding
without piecing.
Right.
Yeah,
we don't want to piece it. And we don't want to piece it because we don't want to buy extra fabric and have extra and everything.
Right.
And like this ends up right around 40-inch wide. It is the perfect, look how long it is.
Yeah.
It's the perfect size to keep you warm while giving out Halloween candy.
Yeah. And it doesn't take up
to drape over a bench, right? This would be so cute draped over a bench, wouldn't it? And so this is the size that we like.
Right.
Yeah, because we also like matching sets. So we like a table runner to go with it, an octagon to go with it. You know, a bunch of. We don't want just one thing.
No, we
want
table runner and an octagon, and then. Yeah.
Placemats, baby.
And then you just
definitely table runner and octagon.
Yeah, you just spread those things out and you're decorating.
Yes, and you look really good. Yeah. And if you buy our Ghost in the Graveyard quilt, it's gonna be glow in the dark, and you're gonna look even better than you ever thought.
Yeah, everything that's white on these fabrics will glow in the dark.
Yes, so yes, even the little web here. Yes, this big ghost here is all glow in the dark. Yeah, so it's so cute. So now, our issue, but we get it figured out for you ahead of time. Yeah. And that's why pretty much every single directions will be different depending on the width of the, the panel.
Right.
Yeah, so you leave that up to us. We will have on the instructions exactly how to cut everything. Okay. So the first thing that I'm cutting is the panel. And the length doesn't, well, the length does matter
because we have a border. We have 1 inch borders on the top and the bottom. So that took 2 inches off the panel then. We wanted to fit with the 44-inch wide
We
fabric.
don't want to be piecing our borders, our first border, our second border. We don't want to piece any of that.
Yeah.
So we want it to be just the width of the fabric or under.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And so anyhow, so we figured out with this one that if on this one, if I cut the sides right on the line, okay, so now you could use a ruler. But, you know, I say if you go a little crooked, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
I'm just going to use that edge line as my guide. And I'm just trimming this.
Okay. And, yeah. That's the way I cut, too. I can go a little bit faster without a ruler.
We're always in a hurry.
Yeah.
And see, I bend it a little bit. That's not going to matter. No. So I'm going to try to go a little slower so I stay on the line better.
And then you're going to take an inch off the top and the bottom.
Yes.
And then that doesn't include the selvage.
Yeah.
So it's an inch from this
right here. Okay, so I'm going to spread that and get my ruler. Okay, and then I'm going to put my 1 inch line
right on
that line, and I'm going to trim that off. And that's going to make it the right length, so I won't have to worry about when we put the borders on.
Yeah, the final border, because the length will be 44.
Yeah, and even the side borders, all the sides, but you won't have to worry about the selvage, because you know on some fabrics you got the selvage. And then you even on this side, you might have those little dots or something. And so that's why we're taking a little bit extra off. But don't worry, because we're going to put it in the directions. But that's what, we just want you to know what we're thinking when we're planning these. And it's just, we want to save on the fabric so the kit doesn't end up costing too much. And we want
to go together really quickly.
Yes, that's what we like to. Yes.
Quick.
Yes. So now last year we did not talk about Halloween or fall until like August. It was too late. Too late.
Okay.
And because then we didn't get into Christmas until September, and that was too late. So you go ahead and show them what you're cutting.
Okay.
I'm just going to do this other end while Joni's cutting.
Okay.
I'm going to do the other end and cut that inch off the top.
Yeah. So I'm going to cut the first border. So I'm going to need 5 strips. Because there's one on each side of the panel, and then also then we'll put the border on. And
now
then
this was our first one.
Yeah, so
we felt like this was a little too wide.
Yeah,
okay,
so we're just going to cut them an inch and a half.
This one. Yeah.
So they'll end up an inch.
Yeah, that looked better.
Yeah, so I'm going to cut 5 strips. So I'll have one on each side of the panel and one on each. On the side of the border, and one at the top and one at the bottom.
Yeah.
So there'll be a piece.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so there'll be a piece of fabric about 1/4 of a yard wide in your kit, and I'm just going to set this on.
And how wide is this? This 1/4 yard.
Yeah.
So like 9 inches. Okay.
Okay. So
and I stole your rotary cutter.
Yeah, you took my rotary cutter. Okay, so I'm going to cut 5 strips.
Yeah, just walk through with them.
Oh, this is nice. I just changed my blade, and it's really nice. What's going on? Oh my! We just got a trunk show, or
yes.
Okay.
Stay tuned to the end.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, this one.
Ooh.
Let me see. Oh wow! That's really pretty.
Oh. Wow, that's all in there. Okay, well, awesome. Okay, when they contacted me and said, we have a new trunk show and new designs. I said,
So send it.
I want 24 of each. And I said, I'll be waiting for your invoice. And then I said, but text me when you send the invoice, because they don't send out the stuff until I pay. And so I said, text me. And they texted me, and I had the invoice paid in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I wanted this out as fast as possible. They were like, wow. Yeah, but yeah. So we love getting trunk shows from them. They do beautiful, elegant things.
Okay, so there is my 5 strips. Okay, and
now you're going to take my panel, right?
Okay.
And
I'm going to, okay, first of all, what I like to do, and you can see if you like to do it this way, but I don't want to cut these to the exact same size. I like to put my right sides together and let the selvages kind of hang off so that when I press it.
Because we've all sewn the salvages where we didn't want them.
Yeah.
So that's why she just makes sure that it's hanging off.
Hanging off the
both
edge.
ends. Do you double check that? I never double check that.
Well,
But
I just
yeah,
did
you're
now.
plenty long, Joni. It's like 2.5 inches long
that's
on
perfect
this side.
because then we add a border. Okay.
Okay.
So now I have my clips.
Clip the one side and I'll clip the other.
Okay, good. This is joint effort.
Yes. But we didn't want the video to be too long.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'd get bored and quit watching.
Yeah.
But you have to give me some clips, Joni.
Okay, here we go. Here, put them right here in the center.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I am on the left side. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I try and sew this on without the clips or without pins, and it always slips. And then I have to go back and fix it.
We don't want that. So we're using clips.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We should have a magnetic pin dish for you to throw these in as you're. I'll run and get one.
Okay. And then you know what I can do is go ahead and put the other border on the 6.5 inch border. And I'll sew them all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then,
so you flip this and pin it? I think that might be hard.
Well, I was just going to take this and put it on one side. But
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hurry.
Yeah, okay.
And then how wide, what's the outer border? Is going to be the blue with the spider web?
No, that's the plaid.
Oh, the plaid. Yeah. This is really cute.
And there we're going to cut those 4.5 inches.
There. 4.5 inches, and you'll need 4 of those. Okay. So that'll be my job. I'll cut that while you're sewing.
And then here, this is cut to size. This doesn't need to be cut. So there's our border print, and it looks like we pieced all these little pieces together, but we didn't.
No.
We used our border print.
Right. It looks like we did a lot of work, and it's adorable.
We sew that to this side, so I can put a strip on here.
Here, let's put it over here so they can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll scoot mine over. Okay, let's put you
this
about right
one,
here.
No, this also has a salvage, so I can put those salvages together. And when I put it on, when I sew this on, I want to make sure it hangs off the edge.
Okay. Don't want that salvage.
No.
So with us being this careful about that salvage, you know how many times we did it wrong. So just be aware of that salvage that doesn't have anything printed on it.
Okay.
Someone asked, how wide is the border strip?
6.5 inches.
Right.
Yeah, 6.5 inches.
And that's cut to size.
Yeah,
so you
in
don't
your
have
kit,
to
it'll be cut to size.
Okay.
And then I will, while you're sewing, I will cut this to 4.5 inches, 4 strips, and then I'll talk about the backing.
Okay.
And tell them what the deals are of the day.
It
is Gloria Prime. I'm still a little miffed that I didn't get invited to the wedding, because we buy a lot from George. What's his name? I was going to go George Bezos. What is his name?
I don't know. Somebody else said
Jeff
that.
Bezos.
They were mad they weren't invited.
We didn't get invited.
No. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I keep saying that I fully expect him to show up here one day and take us out to lunch. But so far he hasn't come.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I'm going to put this over here.
All those poly mailer bags, all of that.
Okay.
Now I'm going to take this, while Joni's getting ready. I'm going to take this and cut this into 4.5 inch strips.
Okay, and I need a little, I'll take my I'm going to throw my clips back in here.
Okay.
Okay.
Except I need clips. Oh, no, I won't need clips. I'm not clipping anything. No,
okay.
I don't need them.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sewing with my 1/4" piecing foot, and we'll just...
I'm just double checking.
Mm-hmm.
This is not.
And the stitch I'm using has a little short stitch when I start.
Yeah, we really like the Bernina quilting menu. I mean, it's something Bernina owners have had forever, but I never remember them talking about it. But it's really neat. It starts off with 3 or 4. You tell the machine how many you want it to do. 3 or 4 tiny stitches. So you don't have to go in reverse. The tiny stitches hold it. You know how your fabric wants to pull apart? So the tiny stitches really hold that seam. So making sure I'm at 4.5, and I am.
Okay. And it's set so that when I take my foot off the foot control, the presser foot automatically raises.
What's that? 1301. Yeah, that's the one we're on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And even when you press reverse at the end, so when she gets to the end, you'll want to see that.
Yeah, so
and she's got the dual feed already down. And we love that dual feed because you don't have to get out a screwdriver to get it on. Right?
Yeah.
It works really good. So we lost a sale recently because the girl said, I don't want to have to get out a screwdriver to put on my walking foot. And I thought, wow, that's right. You know, that would be nice. But so now we have Bernina, so we do have it. So it's nice having all these brands. So we figured it out and we added it up so that we ended up with the right width. So your fabric is like 44, 45 inches. And that's why we keep it to about a 40-inch wide for the quilt top, because then that gives us enough to wrap around bind it, which we love.
Okay, and now I'm coming
But
to the end.
John has a new easy way to put on binding on the serger. I think he's going to demo it this Thursday.
So I'm just going to touch the reverse button.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll step on the foot control, and I have those tiny little stitches, and it stopped on its own, and then I'll just cut the thread, and it lowers the foot, and it cuts the thread for me. There you go. Okay.
Okay, and you can't even see the tiny stitch. You can't. It's just so tiny you can't see it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do this one now, and so we'll do the same thing. Just start to sew, and it does those tiny little stitches, and then it goes into the regular stitch length. We have it set for 2.5. Now we could change it to 2.
Oh, wait, isn't it 2.5?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, let's go
there.
down to 2.
Okay.
So right here.
Yeah.
Turn it down.
There we go.
Then, I don't know, the quilter's always like 2.
2, yeah.
It's a stronger seam. And really, the shorter your stitch length, the less puckering. It kind of goes opposite of what you'd think. You'd think that a longer stitch length would eliminate puckering, but no, it's the short stitch length that eliminates it. We're on the 570. We still have some from our event. And they got an extra special deal going on it, so. But they're going fast, they are. Well, I'll get the iron ready.
Okay, so I'm going to come to the end. Okay, and just touch the reverse button. Then I'll step on the foot control, and I got those tiny stitches. It stops, and I'll touch the scissors, and it will cut the thread. Okay, so I have that piece done. Whoops, that's not a.
So I'll take that one and press it.
Okay, good. All right, there you go. And then I have one more, And then we'll come back and sew on the fifth one, the other. We'll sew the border to the panel with the border print.
And I
Okay.
think next week sometime, even this, we will show you how to put the backing on and do the wraparound binding, right? I think they'll really like seeing that.
Let's see.
And I'm just pressing towards the dark side. So for this one, I'm pressing towards that dark border stripe. I'm going to press it on the back, and then I'm going to flip it over to the front and press again.
Okay, and we're coming to the end. Right here. Okay, so just stop, touch the reverse button, tiny little stitches, and then the scissors. Okay, and then we'll raise the foot. Okay, so now we'll press
I'll
these.
press those. So this one is pressed.
Okay, so we'll press that one, and then
could you put a border on the other? No. You have to. Yeah, you could put a border on this side right now, couldn't you?
Well, do we have to put the top and the bottom on
geez.
first?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hurry.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. But you know what I could do is trim the top of this so that.
You come trim.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
so
get the
we're gonna
fabrics
come over
out of the
here.
way. We didn't tell them about the backing yet, too. So we'll need to tell them about this fabric, and I'll be ironing.
Okay. So this is. So first of all, I'm going to attach this to the panel with the borders on it, and so I do want to cut off the salvages, and so I'm just going to lay this right here along that little orange stripe and straighten it out and just cut that off. So this will be ready to attach to the piece that Gloria is ironing now. And this is our backing. I picked this one. I love this one. It is sort of it is a blue, and I just love it. Brings out all the blue in the main panel. And this will all glow in the dark.
Yes.
Okay.
That's going to be so cute.
But I like to trim these after they're pressed, so that did you ever like line up your edge and then you unfolded it to press it, and it kind of dipped down?
Yes. I forget how you fix that, but you have to show them how you fix that.
That's what I do. I sew it on like this, and then
trim it
and then trim.
Yeah, because if you line this up exactly, well, she'll show you.
Yeah,
she'll show you what goes wrong. Okay, so I just got this side to do, and I'm ironing this direction.
That's the way we did our pillow borders too at the fall event on our pillow.
Yeah,
we put the borders on, but trimmed them after they were pressed. But I am going to trim those now so that I can attach this one.
Yeah. Maybe put the next kit in the bubble.
Okay.
So they could see the next one. So we got the Halloween.
Okay.
Next, I think, should be Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Okay. So we can put that, and I'll show that. This is a beautiful panel. And now we have two options for this one. And this one has this panel has the beautiful pumpkins.
Oh,
Okay,
see.
the falling leaves, and it has thankful
I think that is
written
so
at the
pretty. So
top.
put all the pieces out.
Okay, so we have the panel, and then this is going to be the second border.
that is
and
so pretty.
let's see where the rest. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is it. So this is the one that you'll cut 5 1.5-inch strips. So that will be like on the edge. Okay, and then this is the border print, and this one is 6.5 inches, and this will go next to that border.
They call them border print or border stripe.
Stripe, yeah, border, yeah, because we don't.
Wow, that's gonna be pretty.
Purity, you like
Let's
that.
go. Okay, here.
Okay,
And
then
see there.
and then this one is the outside border,
Okay.
and this is the one that's going to have 4.5-inch strips, and that's going to go right there.
Yeah, so it'll be another strip of the rust color, and
Yeah,
then
that looks
this
really
one.
pretty.
This
Yeah,
is gorgeous.
I'm looking at it from
If you're
there.
coming to the fall event, this will match the fabric from the fall event.
Okay.
So if you want to have a quilt to go what you're making on at the fall event, you're going to want to get one of these.
Okay.
Okay.
And then this is the backing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
this
black.
is black with the little metallic gold dots.
Now show them the other panel.
Okay, so then there's another
There it is, right there.
here. So you can get the pumpkins, and then this one has a cornucopia on it. So you can pick which one you want. Okay, so this is the top. There we go. Oops, no,
I
yes
feel
it
like
is.
maybe they didn't get the idea how pretty this one is. We'll show it again, but
Yeah,
it
we
has those
can-
big pumpkins.
Yeah,
at the
they are
bottom.
really pretty. And then this one has
And this one's gorgeous too. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thankful. Yeah, this one. I saw that Timeless Treasures was getting low on this one, so I bought a bunch because they weren't going to make this one again. Yeah. So okay.
I think-
All right.
are
So
you-
oops! Look at that. Look at how terrible I did ironing right there. Let me
That's
fix
okay.
that.
We're always in a hurry.
Yes, we
Okay.
are. Okay, so you're trimming now.
Yeah.
I'll fold these
Okay,
up.
you're gonna.
I'll
all
hold
right.
them up behind Joni while she's trimming.
So that's why, and then I'm just gonna take a roller and we're gonna trim these off. And so I'll just kind of line up my ruler right here along the edge of the panel. And you can see how that, like even that one, like it kind of droops a little bit.
does.
So this is going to straighten that out.
Okay, you're lining it. You just
Yeah.
lined up your ruler with the edge of the fabric.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's going to straighten it. Now it will be straight. And then we'll do this edge.
Okay, so remember, it's Gloria Prime, so we are putting 15% back into your account
Wow.
as
that's-
free money. So you get to pick out free things. You can accumulate your money, and but it's
like a little savings account.
Steve says Steve says it's like Kohl's.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do they
yeah.
call them? Kohl's Cash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this could be.
Think of it as Gloria Cash. Yeah.
There we go. And then we'll do this one. And that will.
Yeah, the cordless iron. We love the Panasonic. So when we
That
use,
would be a good thing to get with the.
Yes, yeah.
With your.
But we are getting in the Laura Star. Yeah.
Okay.
So now you're going to trim the other end, or is that one already trimmed?
I did the second, the
Okay.
bottom edge. Now I'm going to take this, and this goes on
that side.
that side. So we're going to take.
Okay, let's turn it this way. And I'll get your clips.
Okay, so now
wherever
we've
they
got.
went.
They're over here
there.
by the.
Okay.
Okay, and now this one I did trim, so I'm just going to line this up. Or let's see, we can make sure that I've got plenty, so I could let that one hang off too. So I'll just let it hang off a little bit, just so that when I.
Show them from the other side
Okay.
how
let's
you're
see.
letting it hang off a
Yeah,
little.
okay, so we're going to go like.
And that's
this.
because it never ends up straight. And then you trim it so it's straight.
Yeah, so it's going to look like that. Okay.
Yeah, hanging off.
All right, hanging off a little bit. And then I'll take this, put a few clips in, and we'll just sew that seam. And then we're ready to put the borders on the top and the bottom. The 1.5 inch, it'll be a 1 inch border on the top and the bottom.
And we will have the whole quilt top piece today,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
It doesn't take you very long.
No.
In fact, we've made lots of these where we made the whole quilt in
In
about
what?
5 hours,
Yeah,
right?
right.
We didn't quilt it.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to take this.
Yeah, I can't wait to get the Lara Star. I just don't understand. They said the steam is not hot. And I thought, but the
steam,
iron
really?
is hot.
It's a
But
steam,
the steam
so
is not
so
hot.
you don't burn yourself.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
that's interesting. Okay, so then I'm just going to take this over and we'll sew this seam and press it.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to put this over here.
Now, I just wanted, maybe I'll just stay here while Jody's getting
Okay.
situated. And I just wanted to lay out these two different, whoops, I have it upside down. Okay, here's your cup holder. So I'll get this one and this one. And then you decide which one you like. We can get more of this one. We can't, I don't think I can get more of this one, but I can. This one is brand new for this year. So I'm going to pull it up here because really the prettiest part is the bottom. And so these are the two. So we were talking about Georgia peaches. Look it has peaches here. So Kate, I ordered more of the Georgia peaches and I had them delivered to this building.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm going to walk around and make everybody
so
have.
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to make everybody have a peach.
Is this the peach truck?
Yeah, but I don't go to where you have to wait in line because they deliver them to your house.
Oh, okay.
And so that's more for me. Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to wait in line.
No.
No, you could be sewing.
I could be sewing, right. Yes, yes. Wow, the Lara Star Teflon plate will iron on vinyl. Wait till Tiffany finds that out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, Mary Ellen, we just decided that we couldn't go a day without doing a show. And it's summertime, which actually business slows down a little bit in the summer. So I always say whenever business slows down, we have to work twice as hard. So we just said we can't go. And we're afraid everybody's on Amazon getting those Amazon Prime deals. So we decided to offer Gloria Prime. And Gloria Prime is we are going to put 15% back into your account, to spend later. But it ends at midnight. You got to check out by midnight. Yeah, because it's like we can't go broke over this, right? Yes, but we're hoping. Yeah, Ellen says she gets the peaches every year. I try to. They're so good. Wait. You have to have a bib on and a big paper towel in order to eat it.
Yeah, you need a paper towel right next to you. Okay, so now we're going to press this one.
So they saw these, right? They saw these. I like them both. I would want one of each. I think that would be the wise shopper to get one of each. Okay.
All right.
Oh, should I be? You be pinning while I'm pressing.
Okay.
Or because did I press this side already? So this gets a border next. This side does.
All
and
right.
let's see if we can really work together.
Okay.
And I'll be ironing.
We can do it.
We can do it. Like
okay.
this doesn't feel like it needs. Oh, this is what needs iron.
Yeah, that's what.
We really don't have to worry about it, right? We you have to even these up. I'll iron.
Yeah.
Okay, you pin, I'll iron. Okay, I better get your clips.
All right.
So you need the first border.
No. I still have to get these on.
Oh, top and bottom.
Again, top and bottom.
Okay,
yeah.
so then look at this, Joni. You have to trim.
Yeah.
So I better iron this real quick.
Okay. You could just trim the, just iron the top and the bottom.
Top and bottom. Okay.
We're trying to, I call it speed sewing 101.
Yes, yes, that's what we.
Remember the Evelyn Wood speed reading course?
Yes.
Well, this is speed sewing.
There you go. So you could
Okay,
be lining that up while I iron this end.
My husband took that course.
Yeah, the
Yes.
speed reading.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember they had a school downtown. You had to go downtown in order to take the course.
Okay, so I'm just straightening it out, putting my ruler along the edge, and we'll straighten that one out. Okay, there we go. And then I'll do this.
So they're wondering about the thankful panels separately. We'll have to, Joni, you keep working. I'm going to go double check that I can get more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put
I may have to call them, so I don't think we'll be able to set it up today, but we'll see.
Okay, so there we go. And my borders don't droop down. Okay, so now I'm going to put this one along the top and the bottom, and then I'm ready to put those final borders on. Look how nice it looks. It looks so cheerful, even though it's a graveyard, right? Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and let that one hang off a little bit. I've got my selvage on there, and we'll pin this or clip this. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then right here, and then we'll do the other side. I forget what she said she was going to go do. So maybe.
She's checking to see if she can get more of the panel.
Okay, they like this one. Yeah, this is very cute. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, then I will go and sew these on, and then we'll press those, and then we're just got the last borders, the last set of borders.
Do you prefer clips or pins to do this, Joni?
You know, I think I like the clips because you can just kind of pull them off really fast. So it's the pins, you kind of have to be a little bit, you know, I think you take them out, it takes a little bit more time.
And you get jabbed with
With
a pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clips were a miracle,
They
right?
were, yeah. And that was, I don't know when they started
Clipping.
Yeah.
Just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we can't live without them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what should I be doing? So that company, so some of the companies tell us what they have in stock, and I love that, but it's timeless treasures, and they don't tell us what they have in stock, so I have to order it, and then I can call them tomorrow and make sure that they still have some. So I'll find out whether or not we can sell the panel separately. So I'm just, I forgot to complete my order, so I'm just going to do that real quick.
Okay, so. Okay, this foot has a really nice guide on it so that it kind of drops down when it touches the feed teeth so your fabric doesn't slip over to the right.
Joni, you keep working.
Okay.
I'll have fun.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to fold this one up, so we're going to find out about the thankful one. And just remember, this fabric matches what we're using at the fall event. So you will have a quilt to match. And I think next week we're going to show you how to, because we use the fusible batting, and we're going to show you how to do the fusible batting and then wrap around binding. So it's going to be great.
Now
do we have anything going on next week? Tuesday at 2, at 3?
Ruth Ann and Deb, I think, are doing.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Crimson Christmas. Okay. So we'll figure out. Just watch us every single show. That's all you can do. You've got to be here every day. Oh, the foot. What foot are you using, Joni?
This one is the
57D. Yeah, and it's got the guide.
Yeah, and
so can you see the guide?
You can attach that to the dual feed.
Yeah, D means you can swing down the dual feed, and she does have that, and that's it. This guide, you really can't go wrong, because when your needle goes down, the guide goes down. So it really does hold your fabric and prevents you from getting any more than a 1/4 inch. So it's really nice. So see how that guide is bouncing? That's because it's going down where the feed teeth are, and there's no way she can get her fabric to go over to the other side.
I'm going to make sure my...
Sherry has been watching every day, and she buys stuff every time. That is really good, Sherry. Keep up the good work. Yes. So this quilt always ends up, right, Joni? Ends up 40-inch wide by like 54 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes it depends on the length of the panel. So every once in a while we get a panel that has something that we have to cut off, and so it might be a little shorter. And sometimes they're 56 long. So 40, let's say 40 by 56. So again, I'm just standing here talking while Joni is doing all the work. So
I'm almost done.
I'll fold these up.
And then we'll...
I love this. See, I gotta make sure we have plenty of this. So I better go back on. So I think my next one's gonna be this one. Oh, I got your thing for your clips. I'll put them in.
All right, so we're gonna go, there we go. And little tiny stitches, and we'll cut the thread, and it will bring it up. Okay, so now we'll press this and trim those.
Okay,
and
I'm ready.
Put the final borders on.
Okay.
So we'll do the sides first.
Okay.
And
here. Okay.
There we go. And then
I'm going to press.
Okay, and these are
the dark, but we can press this later,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
So we don't. So really, we would have pressed this the whole time, you know. So it's kind of lumpy here, but we're in a hurry. But after it's done, we'll press. And so we like to press towards the dark side. So we want that seam allowance going in the other direction. And
There we go. Okay.
So if I just do the ends, Joni, do you think you could do, or do you think I got to do the whole thing?
No, just do the ends here. We'll do this
Okay.
end, and then I'll trim them, and we'll add. There we go. Okay,
like that. Okay, now you can rest 1 second.
Okay.
That's all. That's all you get to rest. So,
some people are asking about the Bernina foot that you use. Is there something similar they can use on the baby
lock?
Yeah.
Don't
So
we have it? Didn't we?
well,
did we bring them over?
Yeah,
the
we
1/4
did.
inch?
Yeah, we have the 1/4 inch.
Oh yeah.
With the guide, and I think we also have the 1/4 inch without the guide.
Yeah, like Ruth Ann doesn't like it with the guide.
Yeah, and I, you know, there's at times when I like them both. You know, there's times where I want the guide, and times where I don't want the guide.
Now look at what I'm worried about right here.
Here they are. So this one is the, this is the 1/4 inch piecing foot with the guide. And some of you did get a 1/4 inch with your machine, but you didn't get this one.
Yeah,
It's
this
not
one
the
is
same.
better.
Yeah, this one is wider, so we'll hold your fabric down nice and flat, and the guide is right over here, so that's a 1/4 inch from the needle, and then it also has these little markings on it, and you can, to help you turn a 1/4 inch, you pivot at the corners.
Right.
Okay, and it also has a leveling button, so that just like the J foot has it, sometimes you've got all these seams that come together.
I'm supposed to be ironing.
Yeah,
I'm watching
and
you.
you can use a leveling button to kind of
Yeah.
level it out.
And then
they'll
show them
right
how
over
you
it.
can change your needle position.
Yes, okay, so this one, the one that some of you got with your machine just has a hole small enough for the needle, but this one is a little bit wider and you can do a scant 1/4 inch with this one. You can change your needle position. Okay, so that's the one with the guide for the baby lock. And then this one is the clear without the guide. And you like this one too, don't you?
Yeah, I felt, I don't know. But, I'm not as particular as a lot of people. So
Yeah, okay, so this is the clear one. And then, so it doesn't have the guide, but you would sew right along this edge. You put the edge of your fabric there. And it's not quite as wide as this one. Oh, maybe no, it's a little bit narrower than that one. But it has all the markings on it, so you can, judge what is 1/8 of an inch and what is 1/4 of an inch to turn your corners.
Okay, now you're ready to trim.
Okay, so I'm going to trim these. And
I'm kind of worried because it's kind of bending out. So I want to see.
You mean
see
right
how,
here?
like right there?
Yeah, so I'm going to line this up. And then you can, I also like to
the
line.
seam
The
line.
seam should be on the 1 1/4 inch mark.
Yeah, so right there
There's
she's lining.
there.
So down here you're not on 1 1/4.
Yeah, let's put this
Okay.
at 1 1/4. And then I'll
you're
get
good. You'll
then
get
I'll
a straight line.
I'll get a nice straight line. Okay, so there we go. And we'll do this. Here, I'll do this one down here. And there again, I'm going to put the long edge on the outside, but I'm going to make sure that my seam is on 1 1/4. And look,
looking
good. Yeah. Okay. And we'll cut that one off.
Yeah, that's right. The digital dual feed has a 1/4 inch too.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, don't forget about that.
We plan these shows.
So yeah, we planned it.
We started out this morning with no show today, right?
Yeah, and I love the 1/4 inch foot for the digital dual feed. And I know a lot of our quilters never take that digital dual feed off. Yeah. They
love it.
They love it, yeah.
And it was so good to hear that, I'm thinking Renee, she keeps hers on all the time, and she's a beautiful sewer.
Yeah,
so.
one more right here. And then I'll put the sides on first and we'll press it.
Yeah, the feet, that's with the Bernina. The feet really hold your fabric. You'll notice a difference. So, like Darlene has a baby lock that she absolutely loves, and she got the 570, right, Darlene? And she is loving that. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to put this on. I'll do the sides first.
Oh, I'll do one too.
Okay, I just dropped. Okay, and we'll get our clips. And I'm going to let the selvages hang off.
Okay, I got
Now here we might want to make sure that, it's going
full length.
Yeah.
Because we added to it.
Yes.
That's right. But we did take off an inch from the top and the bottom.
It's fine.
Did you check it?
I did.
It's good.
fine.
It's good. Okay,
Yeah.
Joni says it's good.
Okay, so we're going to put this on.
See, my salvage, look how wide the salvage is here.
Yeah.
That's really wide, so you got to be really careful with this border.
Yeah, so let's
Make
see.
sure
I got it. Okay.
There. And the plaid, the white in the plaid is glow in the dark.
This is really going to glow. Jeez.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, it's going to be cute. Yes.
And you get it, Glow, in her name. That was like one of your nicknames, Glow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people from high school still call me Glow.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. They were talking about, because a lot of people couldn't come to our 50th anniversary. And so they were talking about having when we all turn 70.
That
would be fun.
Yeah, it's like a 70th birthday.
Yeah.
Party. Yeah, that's a popular one.
Yeah.
That's
a
nice.
70th birthday party. That would be fun. of those. Oops. Okay. So that would be fun. It would be fun since now I lost a little weight. Yes. Right? Yeah. My goal was to lose a little weight because my daughter's getting married and, you know, I'm going to be in the pictures and everything. So,
yeah.
So I had an incentive. Her wedding gown came and it's perfect.
You said it fits her perfect.
It fits her perfect. I just have to hem it.
Okay. Oh, hem it.
I have to hem it. Okay. Yeah.
They make
but her daughters picked it out before they were even engaged. They were planning the wedding before they even got engaged. And okay, so I'm okay here because I'm hanging off.
Right.
And I hung off enough up here,
right here,
just enough. I only got like
this is like just enough.
Just enough.
That's
okay.
the salvage. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go sew this on, and then we'll press and do the.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna.
Wedding in Cape May, yes, Ray, definitely. Wedding in Cape May, yeah. So we're really looking forward to it. I'm not going to get to go to Cape May until the wedding. The rest of the family is going to go down in July, but you know I'm still wrapped up in this audit, which I'm not supposed to take a minute off from it, but I wanted to take a little bit off today to do these shows, and then I'll get right back to work on it. So I think I completed the hardest part of the audit. So now I'll talk to the auditor and find out what else I need to show her. So at issue right now is they're deciding whether we should charge sales tax on the things you buy with your money. And they said, people say Kohl's takes the Kohl's cash off and then before they figure out the sales tax. Talbot's takes their reward dollars off before the sales tax, and Macy's does the same thing. So Tommy seems to think that she's thinking that we're giving you money, and we're not. We're giving you points. We really should call them points. And every point is worth $1, right?
Yeah.
So then they won't get. So he's gonna talk to them about that. So because I get too nervous. So thank goodness I have Tommy here to handle things with me.
Okay, let's see if I got this. Okay, now I'm coming to the end. Yeah, so I'm going to stop right there, and we'll
Press
touch the reverse button, and then step on the full control, and it stops, and I'll cut the thread.
And I know you can program it to cut. At the same time, we just have to get John to show us how to do that.
Okay, and then we're going to do this side.
Oh, I took your clip holder. I'll gather up your clips so you do the other side.
Here we go.
So maybe I know what I'll do. While you're sewing, I think I'm going to lay out the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, because so you're sewing the other side, okay, and then I'm going to lay out the next quilt, which is a Northcott fabric. Northcott has brought out just some beautiful collections for Christmas this year. So this one has the cardinals and the chickadees in their nests. And then our next one, we picked this red. It was kind of hard to pick the red because it was, there's like a couple different reds in it. There's a deeper red and this, so we kind of like this one that was halfway through. So there's a very bright red and there's a deeper red. And so I think we found it with this thatched. Now, this one is what we're going to use for the border, so the outer border. Okay, let's see if I can. here. So the outer border. So it's just going to have an inch of the red in the outer border. Okay. And then the stripe. And where do you see how pretty the stripe is? So they call this a border stripe. And there. So it's going to, you're going to have, oh, I'm going to have it upside down. So you're going to have red on either side of this. It looks nice, doesn't it? It looks really nice. So this will be on the edge. Let's put this one here. Kind of like that. And I think they'll get the, oh yeah, it is really nice, isn't it? So here. Oh, I love it. I love it. So in the border stripe, the snow is coming down. Okay, now for the backing, we chose this plaid, the matching plaid from the collection. And so that will be along the outside. So there'll be about 4 inches of this border, and then it's just going to be, you know, the wraparound of this one. Here, I'll put this on top.
So now we'll press
it'll
those.
Probably just show about that much.
Really
pretty, isn't it?
When I was cutting that one, I
yeah, I love that border stripe.
Yeah.
And you know that we are going to be making more things to go with this. So it's we've got to do. I'm thinking the broderie purse runner to go with it, and you could put bird houses in the corners, right?
Right.
And so, and then of course we'll pick an octagon. Everybody seems to like the broderie purse kind of runner. And so I think we're going to do more of those. We love the 60-degree runner, but people seem to like the broderie purse one better. The broderie purse is just, we're going to use the border stripe. We're going to border it with something that these birdhouses will show up good on. So I'm thinking that maybe something with a black background or a red. We could do a red. So we'll just have to see, because we really want, when we cut out these birdhouses, to put them in the corners that they really show up. So we'll pick something good. So now, okay, so I'll fold this one up for now, so you have room, because you're going to be trimming, right?
Trimming and then clipping, sewing two more borders on.
I better get to work. I better help you.
Okay. And then,
But maybe can I show another one while she's ironing?
sure.
Okay.
I'm pressing towards the orange. What do you think?
Well,
I always press
because that's
towards the dark.
darker.
That's what
that's what they
okay.
say. So you just don't want that seam allowance to show through. Okay, so we got that one. Now, this one is the grand finale, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah, so we will, I guess I'll lay the panel down first. Oh my goodness. Now we only have 14 of these, right? That's all we have of this one, and it's sold out. Bummer. So, because look at this one. Northcott, please print more, but they don't. They do one run, and that is it.
Look at those.
And I just love it.
The little bunnies and the,
no,
and the birds
like if you zoom in on the picture, this looks like a photograph.
It does, yeah.
Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, then we are going to go with the red, right? We're going to put a red border around this one for the 1 inch. Okay, so we're going to have 1 inch of red. Joni, we can't cut anything off this width. We'll get it figured out so it'll all work out. Now,
sometimes we make the border like the outside border a little bit narrower.
Yeah,
if we have to.
So we'll get it figured out.
And
I'm going to slide this over.
Border.
Yes,
I think that's going to be beautiful. It's
yes,
going to look like
this.
you pieced all those pieces together.
Yeah, so it's only going to be like 4 inches of it. So let's just fold that over. And it does. It looks like you pieced your whole border.
Yeah, that
really
makes
sense. Wait till you see the border stripe. Okay, so this is going to be the border. So I'm going to put this, I'll open this one up. And this is so pretty. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that with the Christmas tree and the Santa.
And we're going to cut it so that you get Like I put the tree in the center. The tip of the tree was in the center.
We're going to make sure they're cut just right. And there. So this will be your outer border. Is this gorgeous or what? And different, isn't it?
That is beautiful.
I wish we could
red
get more.
That's the red that does.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And then I love the back.
The wrapper, the backing, and the wrap around. So this is going to be on the edge way over here. So that's going to be the wrap around. Is that gorgeous? Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Maybe I better go on the black market and try to order some, you know, the panel, because I can get every fabric but the panel. I think I better go on the black market and try to get some extra. Yeah. You keep sewing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to trim this. And then
should I go on the black market right this minute?
Right
so
this
I'll
minute?
know.
Okay.
I could. As long if you need me, I'll just be right here. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to keep my.
I'll move this. She figured out a way. So, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to trim these, and I just press like the corners because we're speed sewing, and. Okay, here I'm going to go on this side so I can see where my seams are. Okay, so I'm going to put the long edge right along the edge of the, and let's see how that kind of droops down, but I'm going to make sure that the seam is at 1 1/4 inches. Here we go, and then we'll trim this one. There we go, okay. And let's make sure that's... I'll get this one. Okay, I'll just give it another little press and make sure it's straight. But you see how it kind of drooped down? But there's a tiny bit of selvage showing, but that won't matter because we're going to, do the wraparound bindings. Here, I can take off a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And then we'll do this side. Put that right. The seam. Okay.
So the backing is included in the kit, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then if someone were to try to make their own, how much yardage would they need for backing fabric?
Usually, we cut it at a 1 5/8 yards. So but that allows for the wraparound. With the wraparound, you need a couple of extra inches on the length on all sides, like at least 2 extra inches on the so that you can wrap it around. Sometimes it's nice to have 3, but so you'll need a little bit more if you're going to use the wraparound binding, the faux binding. Okay. Okay, and that's good. Let's see, where did I put my... Here it is. Well, here's one. That's probably Gloria's thing. All right, so we're just going to take that off. And then one more corner. Okay, I wonder how she's doing. Okay, good. So this one is perfectly straight too. Okay, so now I have one more border to put in the top of the bottom. And let's see, where did they go? Here's one. Get my clips. I love the plaid. Yeah.
And the plaids also glow in the dark?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to turn the lights off after we're done.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. So this, I see a little bit, hanging off. So this is gonna, but that's perfect because we want that, the backing to wrap around to the front. So we need a couple of inches for that. Okay, and then we'll do the other one. Let's see where that one, underneath all my stuff here. Here it is, over here. But I love the plaid. It has the orange and the teal in it. That blue, teal blue. Okay. Okay, here we go.
Carolyn asked, do you not measure ends and middle and average those ends to get the border size?
No, you mean it's like find the centers of the two pieces? Is that what you mean? Like do you not measure ends and middle and average those? No, to get I don't do that. I know we have to do that. It's some.
What's that? What's going on?
Do you not measure ends and middle and average those ends to get border size? I'm thinking I'm thinking she's saying find the middle of the border and find the middle of the quilt, and then so you have equal
amounts on the ends. We could.
I mean,
that would be a good thing to do.
Okay, but you have to do that if you're going to do a miter corner.
Yeah. Okay, but usually, like for this, look at how the one end is a-okay, and this end, look at that, like an inch.
Yeah.
So if we did that, no, we pay more attention to making sure that salvage doesn't end up in our quilt.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. But you can do it your way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We do it our way. So.
And we may do it different next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what should I do to help you?
Okay,
so I was able to get 10 more panels.
Oh, good.
If you feel like you guys are doing okay, I could go try to get more panels because we got like 30 people on wait list for this quilt.
Okay.
So
really?
I could do that, but I could show, while Joni's sewing, I could show the next items.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll go, so I'll show some items. We'll lay this in front of you to tempt you. I know there's people on wait list, so I just need to locate more of this panel, and I'll be able to do it. I will. Okay. So, Kate, I just bought a lot of stuff, and she didn't get the 15. She's gonna double check. It's on.
Yeah. There is a lot, like some stuff excluded.
Yeah, there is. Okay, so maybe she got something excluded. Machines are excluded. Oh, Kimberbell. Yeah. Yeah, Kimberbell is excluded. So we'll have to look at what you ordered, and then we can figure it out. I'll get Steve to look. Steve and John will look. Okay, so what's next? Wow, they have to have this batting. I mean, we don't like using anything but this batting. This is the heirloom fusible batting. And it means you don't have to baste your quilt together before you go to quilt it, before you do your edge-to-edge quilting. So heirloom Hobbs heirloom fusible, and this one is the perfect size for our quilts. It's 45 by 60. So it's absolute perfect size. You're not buying lots extra and end up, yeah, the Bernina 770 QE, yeah, still available. Cindy, call Steve. Yeah, he can talk to you or come on in and see us. But yeah, Kate's putting the phone number down. Option 2 to get right to Steve. If he doesn't answer, it means he's on the phone and he'll call you back. I know there's some machines that they're putting at really good deals. Yeah, so, and then we thought it was okay that we put it in an email. We put it in an email and they called us and they said we weren't allowed to put it in an email. But they actually told us what price, so I think we're okay. We're still a Bernina dealer. So we keep, we're just trying to sell machines. Okay, so the Hobbs batting. So the 45 by 60, and it's fusible. And we're gonna, when we figure out what day, we're gonna show you how to sandwich it and how to do the wraparound binding. We will, can we do that Thursday night, Joni? Could you be working off to the side?
Yeah.
Doing this?
Okay.
That would be a great demo for Thursday night. Okay, that's our plan. You never know, something might come up. But that's our plan. All right, so the fusible batting. Now the next one is our favorite rotary cutter. And I know people have other ones, but you know what? In this store, we've tried out all different ones and everybody grabs for this one, So it's just easy to hold in our hand. We love how easy it is to change the blade. You just go like that, pull the blade off, put the new one on, go like that, and push that, and you're done. You've changed your blade. So we love that. So we probably have 20, 30 of these floating around the store, right? Mm-hmm. And it seems like everybody grabs for these. So we love this one. Now the next one is the blades. So we have a really, really good deal on blades. So I don't know where our pack is, but let me see. Here. So it comes in a pack. So they're titanium coated. So they're gold. And it was Natalia who cuts all day, every day. She said, we don't have any more gold blades. Gold blades, I didn't know what she meant. And it's the titanium. And she said, they last longer, they stay sharper and this is that price for $24.95. You get 10 blades. And today, till midnight, you will get 15%. Put back in points, 15% in points put back into your account to spend later. So, okay. Now, next one, the quilt binding foot. You need to get a jump on this and get it. I know that many of you already have the quilt binding foot. Okay. We will be demoing it on Thursday night, and you will see just how wonderful I'm going to show here.
So I'm done with the... I'm done with it.
You're done?
Let's just see how long that was.
Yeah.
So it was...
we started like 10 after 3, quarter after 3.
It was an hour and 20 minutes.
Hour and 20 minutes. Hold it up, Joni. Let's see.
Okay, so we're just...
So she'll be pressing it and trimming.
Okay. There we go. Cute.
Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
Really
I love
cute.
it.
And just imagine, everywhere it's white, it's going to glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really, really cute. And then remember that the blue is going to be wrapped around. The dark blue is going to be on the edge.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really cute.
Yeah.
So we are going to show you how to finish this on Thursday night.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. And what other items do we have? So we have the quilt binding foot.
Okay.
And then we already showed them the 1/4-inch feet, right? The Wonder Clips in the clear case.
Those are really nice.
Yeah, it's 100 of them.
100 and different colors. So.
Yeah, so it's a really good deal.
They're saying to turn off the lights.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Where is it? Okay. Baby, let the light shine on it. We'll lay it on the table, and then the last thing we'll do, we'll let it get all juiced up, right? Okay. We'll turn your lights on as bright as they will go, and we'll let it sit here for a minute. Okay. Yes, she turned it the lights. We're getting a suntan. Yes. Okay. And then, the quick and easy mitered.
Yeah, this is, I couldn't live without this. This is what will help you get
And
the
that's
miter
it.
corner.
Yes. Oops. I
And
just.
we're going to
spilled all
show
that.
this Thursday night, but also the directions that it comes with are very good too. It comes with pictures and things.
That's how good your back's gonna look.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the mitered corners. That's how good your binding is gonna look, and that's how good your back is gonna look. So really, really nice. Okay. And then we have the Quilter Select non-slip ruler. And what size is that?
It's 6.5.
Oh, 6.5 by 24. And we'll save the other things for tomorrow. Okay, we've got other things.
But
we're going to keep going. Oh, should we just keep going?
It doesn't move the fabric.
Or should we keep going? Because, the crush. Well, let's wait for Thursday on the crush raffle.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Are they in the lineup that they could see it? Okay. The Gypsy Ruler Mystery Charm Pack. Did Tiffany do that one?
She did.
She did do Tiffany. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I love the Aurifil thread. They'll never get. Let's do the Aurifil thread.
Yeah, I do too. It just glides through the machine. It's so
beautiful tension. Okay, so these are our favorite colors.
Yeah.
The first one in there looks like it's the white, right? The white. Oh, I'll move this so we can juice up our.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is my favorite because I can use it on anything.
You could use it on this one. It just kind of blends in with any color.
So that's Dove Gray. Okay, this one is the medium gray. So for so many things here, the medium gray would work out great. Okay, and then the next one will be the black. And we love it. It's just, I was a holdout with it because I thought that the Madeira Katona was just as good. And nope, Aurifil. We love Aurifil. So,
Darlene likes Dove Gray too.
Dove Gray is your favorite? Yeah. So so remember, the 15% put back into your account is over at midnight tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. And go down the list because you could buy gift certificates. You could buy gift certificates.
Yeah.
You could get put the Panasonic iron in because they would get the 15% back. We love that. If you don't have one yet, you'll love it. We seem to have gravitated towards the one that stays on longer.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it stays on for 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, you walk away from it. If you walk away for 8 minutes, it turns off. And then you gotta wait for it to heat up. Yeah. So this one stays on for 2 hours. So, yeah. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you all so much.
Do we want to turn off the
Turn off the lights.
Okay.
Let's see if we can see.
Oh.
I'll turn off over here.
Yeah, let's see. And then there's this, how about?
Turn off.
Yes, you can see it. Look,
Yeah, you can see it glowing?
Yeah,
it
there
is.
it
It's glowing a little bit. It needs to be
Yeah.
juicy. Yes, you definitely can see it.
See that? Look at that ghost there.
We didn't have it under the light for very long.
Yeah,
So let's see.
and look, it's getting kind of like brighter. Yeah.
So we'll hold the lights on it and show it again.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. The
all
ghost.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
crush ruffles. Now we can't do. I don't think we can do the 15%. So we're going to wait on the crush ruffles, but I'm sure they're excluded. Yeah,
Okay.
because it's a brand new item from them. So designers of embroidery designs, they don't like us to offer the discounts because especially when something is brand new, it's kind of that there's a lot of shops showing it, and they don't want one shop to have a better price than all the others. So yeah. So
And you've got extra Santa panels, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to go see if I can get more.
Okay.
And I'll get more of the fabric. I better go go get to work. I better go get to work. All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.